Hey, I got a crazy story for you guys. Stay tuned. You ain't gonna wanna miss this one. What up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel. I'm Anthony TV. Look, if you're new to the channel, definitely hit that subscribe button for me. Like this video and drop a comment if you got some comments. You already know I appreciate your support. Hey, look, for those that been following me for a while, you already know, you could tell I'm in a hotel, right? So, for those that don't know, I'm done with my route. I'm at my hotel where I do my layover at. Just in case you're wondering why I'm in a hotel. So I'm done with day one of my route. I wake up and do day two in the morning. I got a layover. So I got what's called a 2-day route. I'm on chain account. For those that don't know and new to the channel, so that's why you see me in a hotel, right? But I got other videos that I talk about that. That's not what this video is about today, though. So you guys see the title, man. Today I just want to share a story with you guys. And it's literally the craziest thing that I've seen happen to a truck driver, right? I experienced this situation with my own 2 eyes. And I'm gonna share it with you guys. And hopefully at the end, you guys can get something from it, some takeaways. But yeah, man, so I'll just get started. So one day, I was getting off of work, heading home. I live about 54 minutes away from the drop yard that I work at, right? And I actually cross state lines to get to where I work. But so I get on the interstate to head to the house. Once I actually get into Florida, where I live, basically the first exit ramp is my exit, right, to get off and go towards my house. Well, I got off the exit ramp, and when I get off the ramp and make a right onto this road, it's like a 2-lane highway. So you got cars, actually it's 4 lanes, but it's divided, right? So you got 2 lanes going in one direction and another 2 lanes going in a different direction, but it's divided, right? So it's basically like a 4-lane highway, but you know, it's separated. So basically, when I looked out the rearview mirror, I got a habit of looking out my side mirrors and rearview mirrors. So when I looked out the rearview, I see this black car, right? Black car kind of speeding up a little bit, and he gets in the opposite lane and kind of shoots past me, right? He goes past me, and there's a semi in front of me, right? The person in the black car got side by side with the semi, and it's like they were kind of like blowing the horn and everything at each other or whatever, right? I don't know what transpired before I got on to that road. I don't know if they had some type of exchange, you know, at some point while they were driving. I don't know, but the black car basically got alongside the semi, and they was kind of like blowing the horn at each other or whatever, or at least the car was kind of blowing the horn at the semi or whatever. The black car had like real dark tint on it too. And so we get on down the road. Eventually we come to a light, right? So it's a semi, the semi is in front of me, turning left, which is where I'm turning. The black car is on the opposite lane. The black car was supposed to keep straight. It's a red light at this point, right? Traffic light is red, so traffic is stopped. I'm in the left lane, getting ready to turn. The semi is in front of me. The little black car is on the right side of me. Was supposed to keep straight. But when the light turned red, at this point, the black car was on the side of me, but kind of like maybe a car behind the car in front of him. So I can see the black car out my right side mirror, right? So again, mind you, the light is red. So the person in the black car ends up getting out of the car, walked up to the semi tractor, opened up the tractor passenger side door, and stepped up the steps. You guys know how we got the steps on the tractors. The person stepped on the steps, opened up the tractor door, and now they're both going back at it, back and forth, right? It was crazy. Like, it was literally something you seen out of a movie. Mind you, the light is red. Eventually the light turns green. The guy in the black car is still basically inside of the tractor. He didn't get all the way in. He was standing up on the steps, but he had the door open talking to the driver, and them two going at it, right? So the light turns, the light end up turning green. The guy stepped down, kind of ran back to his car, got in his car. The semi-tractor trailer finally turned left onto the street. Mind you, it's cars behind us and everything, right? So the semi finally turned, I turned left. The black car was supposed to go straight. Instead of going straight, the black car ended up getting behind me, or at least a few cars behind me, and gets in the turning lane now, right? So now he's turning just like the semi is turning everybody else. He gets into our lane. So we go down this other street. So I'm still looking out the rearview mirror, and I'm seeing all this, right? So eventually, the black car, I see the black car behind me. He's kind of like weaving in and out of traffic. At this point, we're on just a regular residential street. So you got traffic going one way, and then you got traffic going in the opposite direction the other way, right? So the black car, I see the black car kind of passing by people, right? It was like, I don't know, maybe two cars behind me and then the black car. So we get to another light. The black car is basically now behind me. I'm behind the semi. So when the light turns green, this next light, we crossing the intersection at this point, but we keeping straight. When the light turned green, the black car shot past me, speeded past me, went past the semi, got in front of the semi, stopped the car in front of the semi, and got out the car. So basically the semi couldn't go anywhere unless he rammed into the car, right? That's what the guy did. The guy driving the black car basically shot past all the traffic at this point, got in front of the semi, literally, and stopped right in front of the semi. Got out the car in the middle of this is in the middle of the highway, guys. This is the middle of the street. He got out the car, went to the driver's side this time of the semi. I don't know what happened after that. I end up basically passing by both of them, and the rest of the traffic did too, but basically the semi was just stopped because he couldn't go anywhere. The guy in the black car was literally parked in front of him, got out the car, so that way the semi couldn't do anything. The only thing the semi could have done was just basically hit him. You know what I mean? He couldn't really do anything. I mean, you in a semi, obviously you can't outrun a car or anything like that, right? So the guy hops out, he goes up to the driver's side door, And I'm looking at all this now because I'm looking at all this through my rearview mirror. I had passed them because, like I said, it was in the middle of the street. They blocking traffic now, or traffic is backed up now because you got this car and a semi in the middle of the street. You got traffic behind us, behind them. And so I'm like, what in the world is going on, man? I'm like, this is crazy. Like, literally, man, it was something out of a movie. So I end up passing them. And once I pass him, I look through my rearview mirror and I see the guy in the black car, like I said, walking to the trailer's driver's side door. I guess they was getting into it again. But after that, man, like my subdivision was kind of like basically a block down the road. So I basically end up turning off and going home. I don't know what happened after that, but just seeing all that, man. I was talking to one of my friends on the phone, like during the whole little episode. I'm like, bro, can you believe this? This is what's going on. I was telling him what was going on. It was crazy. But I said all that to say this, guys. Make sure you guys are paying attention to your surroundings. Make sure you have some self-awareness. Make sure you lock in all your doors. And when it comes to road rage, you guys got to be careful, not just in your work vehicles, but even in your personal vehicles. And I tell this to my wife and to my daughter, right? You know, if you on the highway and you got somebody that's just blowing the horn crazy because you may have cut them off or they may have cut you off, the first reaction to some people is just to go crazy. You know, they shooting birds at each other, and there's a lot of verbal exchange going on. Nowadays, you got to be careful when you think about doing something like that. You got to think before you react, because you don't know what's on people's minds these days. There's a lot of crazy people out there, and people have literally got killed because of road rage, right? So I tell my wife, I told my daughter the same thing. I got an 18-year-old daughter that drives and stuff like that. So I tell her, like, hey, if somebody cut in front of you or whatever, like, don't go crazy. You know what I mean? Don't go crazy. Don't do what they do or whatever. As long as you don't get hurt or injured or there's no accident or nothing like that, stay calm. You know what I mean? Try to stay calm. Don't have like a knee-jerk reaction and just go crazy. You know what I mean? Because you just never know these days. People can follow you and do something crazy. Like this situation with this tractor trailer and this guy driving this black car. Just imagine if the guy driving the black car, when he went to that guy's tractor and actually opened the passenger side door and was standing up, literally talking to this guy. The guy who driving the tractor trailer obviously left his passenger side door open, but imagine if that guy had a weapon, what could have happened? You know what I mean? And so I said all that to shed some light on, you know, situations that can be prevented, possibly, and just think before you react, right? Not be so quick to anger and act out of anger and do something that could cause a situation to escalate into something that probably never would have happened, right? And just be aware, like I said, in the food service game, you guys know we deliver all times of the night, early in the morning, when it's still dark outside. We delivering to some of these establishments. A lot of times the lighting is poor, right? It's dark. People wandering the streets, walking up and down the streets, you know, at crazy times of the night, or, you know, early in the morning when it's still dark out, and it's dangerous, you know what I mean? It's dangerous out there. So, you know, we gotta have our head on the swivel when we out there. We gotta use caution, gotta definitely lock all the doors, and just be aware of your surroundings and what's going on, you know what I mean? Because we living in a day and time now where it's just dangerous. Like, really, no place is safe these days. You could be at a basketball game, like football game, You could be in the mall. You can be at school, right? You know, you can just be at all these different public places, and you never know what could happen, right? You can be at a club. It was a shooting at a club in Orlando, like not too long ago. It's just like, bro, like really nowhere is really safe these days, man. So you just got to be careful. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to share that with you guys. A lot of you probably already, you know, practice this type of safety, locking your doors and things of that nature, and just being aware of your surroundings and not being too comfortable. Because you just never know these days, man. Like I said, I just wanted to share that with you guys. It was a crazy story. It definitely was something that could have been in a movie scene. You know, it was surreal to see that firsthand. In real time, it was crazy, man. But that was the story, guys. Look, if you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe to the channel, like this video, drop a comment if you got some comments. Oh, and I put a reminder up. You guys probably already know we got that owner-operated interview today, this evening, scheduled for 5 p.m. So I'm looking forward to that. So look, you guys stay tuned for that. I'll be back on a little later. But in the meantime, in between time, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Appreciate you for watching. And until next time, guys, take care. Peace.